Hey guys, it's Miss Sebastian, and we're going to look at algebraic expressions. So our first question says, drag and drop the correct answer into the box to match each phrase. Okay, so we don't really have the drag and drop option, but I can rewrite these down here into the boxes. So the one with no variables means it has no letters in it. So the one I see that has no letters is 3. So that one is gone from our choices now. One variable means it has one letter. A variable is just a letter. So the one that has one letter is 4A. And then the one that has more than one variable is the one that has both C and D in its answer. Identify the terms in the expression 8x plus 6 plus 2xy plus z. So the terms are just the components in between the addition and subtraction signs. So I've got 8x, 6, 2xy, and z. So I'm going to start over here. I see z, I see 2xy, I see 6, and I see 8x. So I've got all 4 of my terms listed, and so I am done on that one. Select true or false for each statement. We've got 4ab plus 3/4 c minus 5. So 3/4 is a coefficient. A coefficient is the number beside a variable. Well, I see that 3/4 is the number beside c. So 3/4 is a coefficient. There are 3 terms in the expression. So I've got 1, 2, 3. So yes, because remember those are separated by those plus or minus signs. Okay? 5 is a variable. If you remember, variables are the ones that contain letters. The number 5 does not contain any letters. So I'm going to say false for that one. A, B, and C are constants. Constants are the numbers that do not change, that are not affected by any variables. Well, A, B, and C are not constants. They are variables. Okay, the constant here would be this 5. 3xy. What are the factors in the expression? So, when we have a term, 3xy, that are squished together like that, all that means is 3 times x times y. So we've got 3 different factors here. We have 3, we have x, and we have y. Okay, we have 4y plus 2 plus x. It wants us to identify the constants, the variable terms, and the coefficients in this expression. So remember, a constant is the number that has no letters attached to it. It's not affecting anything. It's always going to be just by itself. Okay, so that 2 in our expression is our constant. So we're done with that one. Okay, our coefficient is the number beside a letter. Okay, so I see that the 4 is beside our y. So I know that 4 is a coefficient. And with that same thing, I know that y is a variable. It's a letter. I also see that x is a letter. But I have to have a coefficient with every variable there. So how many x's do we see there? We see 1. So the coefficient of x is 1. Because math people are sometimes lazy. We don't want to write 4y plus 2 plus 1x. If you don't see a coefficient like you don't see a coefficient beside this x, just know that that 1 is understood. It's like when your parents tell you, take out the trash. Who are they telling you? Who are they telling to take out the trash? They're telling you. But that is understood. Just like here, that 1 is understood here. Okay? What is the coefficient of the term? The coefficient is the number beside the letter. It's the number being multiplied by the letter. So the number here is 12. So our coefficient is 12. Okay, identify the terms of this expression. Remember, the terms are all the separate parts between the addition or subtraction signs. So we've got 3 different terms here as it has listed right here. Okay, I just rewrote them up there so that we could see it. And we need to decide if they're constant or variables. Well, remember, the constant is whenever you have a number by itself, not attached to any letters. So the only one that's a constant is the 5. The 4MN and the M are attached to letters. So since they have a letter in them, they are variable terms. Okay, what is the coefficient of this term? Well, I don't see a number. I don't know what to do there. I don't see a number. I don't know how many there are. Wait a second. Let me think back to what Miss Sebastian said a few minutes ago. It's understood. How many K's do I have there? I have 1K. Remember, math people are sometimes lazy, so they didn't want to write this. They just wrote that. Okay, so this one, the coefficient is 1. Okay, let's look at this one. Identify the terms. So you've got a term of 5, and you've got a term of 1/2 b. The constant is the number that is not attached to a variable. So 5 is your constant. This one has a variable because it has a letter in it. So that's it. Okay, and here are some videos to help if you are still needing some assistance with either of the algebraic expressions.